Hey everyone, come check out this super simple but delicious cheesy chicken and macaroni casserole. It is so delicious, creamy and savory, and I blackened the chicken before putting it in the casserole. It was so good, I'm telling you. Let's get into it. So, first I'm just going to sear some chicken that I marinated in black pepper. I did learn something making this. I had ended up with crushed pepper and no grinder and was not able to fully crush all the black peppers. And if you're new to cooking, I definitely recommend not ever making this mistake. But hey, that's exactly what this channel's for, is for me to share my experience with you. And you know, I am a self-taught cook. I'm not trained, so there's a lot for me to learn, and I'm eager to learn it all. But you just want to cook that chicken until it has a beautiful coat and remove it from the pan. And this is 3 tablespoons of butter here that I'm going to melt down and add flour to. This is going to be about 3 tablespoons of flour and my seasoning mix. My seasoning is Cajun seasoning, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, cayenne pepper, and salt. So on this roux here, I'm just going to cook this down. You want to make sure that you stir frequently and you don't let your roux stick. But you also want to make sure that you cook it. If you don't cook your flour down, it's going to be really like kind of like gritty, and you might even still taste the flour, which is another reason why I always go ahead and season my flour when I cook the roux, just to, you know, add that extra insurance that the flavor is going to be gone of that flour taste. You always want to, also if you're new at this, switch to a whisk here and don't stop stirring. The second you add the liquid, stir, 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 add more liquid, stir, 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 because you will kind of lose it here and the salt, and it will break on you. So that's my best advice on that, is to switch to a whisk and don't do it with a spoon if you're new, because you'll mess it up. But just keep adding your liquid until you get it to the right consistency and ready to add. I always add cream cheese next, but I always make sure that it's warmed. I don't want to add cold. It's going to curdle immediately and get really yucky. So you'll see that coming up here after the roux finishes, after I finish the bechamel here, which is looking good. I really love this recipe so much because it's so simple, it's so quick, it takes very few ingredients, and if I don't want to add anything else to dinner, I don't have to, which I usually always add a vegetable to dinner, so, but it's just so great. Here I go, adding the cream cheese, and you see I did switch to a whisk here because it does beat up the cream cheese quite well, so I'm just going to get that mixed in here really beautifully. The heat will take the rest of the lumps away. I did put it in a little too cold at this point, but that's okay. You can always heat it up and get that cream cheese melted. And you'll see that here in just a minute. You just need to let that cook down. Now it's time to add cheese. And I'm adding cheddar, sharp cheddar, and I'm adding white sharp cheddar as well. I think it's really delicious, a really delicious addition. And the cheese pull here isn't super grand, but you can tell it's super cheesy. I didn't add too much cheese because I'm just trying not to get too much fat in my diet right now. So it was cheesy enough for me. You can always add more cheese. And at this point, it's time to add our noodles that are al dente. And we're going to add our chicken back as well to our sauce, which is looking really beautiful. Again, I really, really loved this recipe due to the simplicity, but also because chicken, this pan-fried chicken here, will, primarily seasoned with black pepper. I don't know, the mixture with it and pan-fried and olive oil is delicious. And macaroni and cheese, obviously, is a favorite. And combining the two of them together into a casserole, I mean, it's a win every time, obviously, right? So I love it. It's delicious. You're going to love this recipe. I really, really can't wait to hear. Let me know your versions if you already have a recipe like this. I would love to hear it. Or if you try mine, that is even better. Let me know. I would love to hear that. Also, comment below. What's your favorite combination of primary foods that's usually separated? Because I personally have a lot, like peas and mashed potatoes. It's time to pan up the casserole. I'm going to layer it up here, first layer. Then I'm going to put shredded cheese on top. And again, this is sharp cheddar and sharp white cheddar. And I really also, hindsight, wish I hadn't shredded it up so small. I wish I used the different size shredder because this melted so fast in my hot kitchen. It was really hard to separate and layer up. So that's my thoughts on that. Won't be doing that again. But anyway, here we go. Bane of my existence, those peppercorns. And by the way, I did end up finding an out on that and getting something to get that problem fixed. It's time for our second layer. Here we go. Popping that on top of here. And this is just a really, really easy thing to do. You just put everything together. Make your roux. Put your cheese in, put your milk in, let it all melt, and then put your ingredients together and lay it up like lasagna. It is so easy. This is going to be, and it's really cost effective because this only took half of a chicken breast and half of a pound of macaroni and a quarter block of each of the cheeses. And I think I get half-pound blocks. So, you're talking minimal ingredients, minimal costs for a super delicious meal. You do not have to eat bad and not have a lot of money. And right here's the proof, because this was very, very much not over a $10 meal. And it really was just amazing. When you're done and you get your top layer put on of cheese, you're going to want to cook that at 420 for about 15 or 20 minutes. And, of course, you want to pop it in the broiler for just a couple of minutes and get that nice crispy top. But really, the one thing you don't want to forget is to dust the top with paprika. Something about dusting the top of a cheesy layer with paprika is just a heavenly combination. Try it. Let me know what you think about it, because I know you're going to like it, especially if you're a foodie like me and you really love a good flavor combination. And here it is, fresh and delicious right out of the oven. This is so creamy and so delicious. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. So good. You're going to love every bite. Let me know what you think. And please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can see more of my content. Bye.